Hey guys, welcome to your Rive training. And in this one, we're going to go through the basics, just enough for you to get started. And then after that is all going to be about you guys making experiments and testing out, potentially going through some of their trainings and leveraging your amazing creativity. Here we go. Going to Rive app. It's going to ask me to get started. I'm going to click on it. It's going to load. I'm going to go to sign up and ask me for an email, a password, and my role. I'm an animator. Sign up. It's loading again, and that's it. Welcome to Rife. That took a minute. So simply click on create blank artboard. I know there's a lot of moving parts, but don't worry. Just focus on that first one. Create. Going to load a little, and it's going to populate your new artboard. In this square over here is where we add all of our assets and create our short GIF. Here we go. I know there's a lot of buttons. Don't worry about it, okay? So on the email that I sent you, you're going to see this Google Drive folder. You click on it, and I attach to you guys these two initial assets for this training. So you can go ahead, right click and download the background and download the avatar. Here we go. Going back to the Rive editor, and we're going to load our assets right here in the left column. Click on the plus. It's going to ask you, hey, where are the assets? You choose the avatar in the background. It's going to load. Takes a while. It's processing. While that's done, I'm going to show you that you can zoom outside of the box, or what they call the art board, just to see that there's a lot of space available. But mostly your movie or your GIF, it's being created inside of the artboard. Here we go. So I'm going to bring, as you can see here, that's the background and that's the avatar. So I'm going to just drag our background in the square, and it's going to populate huge. So we're going to zoom out, and we're going to see that there's a blue rectangle. Just make it smaller and drag it onto your artboard area. It's a little bit tricky to start playing with it. Anyway, so as you can see, it's only displaying a piece of the big building. That just means that the image is still super big. So there you go. Now I can zoom in here a little and simply organize it so that it's enough visible within the square. Just drag and drop it and play around with it. Alrighty, so that's our background within our artboard. Now I'm going to drag and drop the avatar. And again, it's going to load huge, zoom out a little. You'll see the huge square, do it as small as possible, and drop it within the artboard. Then zoom back in so we can start setting up our assets. So as you can see, this light gray square, it's the artboard. So the avatar is right now huge, and the background, it's kind of fitting inside. So on the left side, you have this column, and you can click the background and change it. I can make it fit perfectly. And I can also click on the avatar. And again, this blue rectangle is the one that helps us make it smaller. Alrighty, so as you can see, that red line is telling us, hey, that's exactly the middle of the artboard, the square. So that works pretty fine. Alrighty, so that's good enough for now. So here we have two different tabs. The design tab that allows us to, for instance, if I were to click on the avatar, on the right column, Rive gives us a lot of different design options. We can change the color, we can edit the gradient, we can make it bigger, smaller, and a bunch of different options that if you go through Rive's beginner trainings, they're going to explain you everything that you can do in the right column. For now, don't worry about it. So that's the design tab. This is the animate tab. The animate tab displays right in the middle a little bit of a movie film. By default, they have selected this state machine. Don't worry about it. There's a lot of logic and programming going in here, but for now, just click on timeline. Don't even worry about it, just timeline. And I'm gonna ask you to set up the following setting. For example, if you hit play, that's just gonna start moving. And this is the first thing that I need you to set up is right here. Click on this arrow and then hit loop. That is going to make the movie go in a loop. It's going to play and play and play and play so that we can see what we're doing. So that's the first setting that I need you to do. The second setting is to click on your avatar and the second setting is to always keep this blue arrow in the beginning. So that's the second setting, because when if we were to pause it here and I start to make movement on our avatar, it's gonna be extremely complicated to have it organized in a way that is not a mess. And what I mean by that, you'll see when you start to test in the platform. Okay, so two settings. Click on this setting and select loop, and always start making movement on your avatar with the blue arrow right at the beginning of this movie film. Alrighty, so those are the two setups I need you to do. So now we're gonna click on the avatar and we're gonna simply move it to the right a little bit. That's about it, just a little bit. And as you can see, there's a new, what Rive calls a key. There's a new key created. And what we can do now is select the blue arrow, move it to the 20th frame, and then back to our avatar. And then in this arrow here on the white one, you click on it and drag it to the right a little bit. And as you can see, a new key was created. So let me go back to the first one and hit on play. See? That's an initial way to create movement. So I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna unselect the avatar and I'm gonna hit play again so you can see it a little bit more. So remember the second setting, always work with the blue arrow at the very start. So let me click on the key here and go back to my avatar and move it. Let me move the blue arrow and move it once again. I basically want the avatar to move from the initial point all the way to the right. And I'm gonna put back my arrow, hit on play, and take a look what's happening. Alrighty. Good. So this is simply a way for me to walk you through this little exercise where we're gonna basically make our avatar disappear. So again, always with the arrow in the beginning, these keys are points that you created, and it's a way for you to know in what frame and what's happening with Rive. So, okay, let me take that blue arrow to the very end, or maybe around here, and tell it to move the avatar all the way out, all the way outside the frame. And then bring it back again and play it. Okay. So our avatar shows up, moves to the right, and disappears. And that's your initial training. Simply bring the background, bring the avatar, and make these keys so that your avatar shows up and disappears. And that's it for this one. Good luck. This. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm happy to keep on playing with Rive. And if you have any specific ideas or questions, shoot me an email or let us know. I'm happy to support. It took me around 15 minutes to understand this little exercise of like, okay, there's a difference between the design tab and the animate tab. This points over here, these are what they call keys, and the keys are points in the movie film where you created an action. And that's about it. Hopefully that is straightforward enough for you guys to get going. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching.